This video we're going to set up a blue window. First of all, we'll include the standard libraries and the SDL library. Here we're initializing a few constants. We set up the SDL window. We write our first line into the main function. We tell SDL to enable all multimedia drivers like audio, video, mouse, keyboard. Now we create the window on the renderer and we do a little bit error checking. We hide the cursor because we built our own. We write the infinite loop in which the window will be enabled. We set the window color to blue, which is represented by the hex number 0x80. The SDL delay function is a function that waits a certain amount of time until the cycle repeats itself again, in this case 30 milliseconds. After that we clear the entire graphics until the next cycle starts again. When we leave the infinite loop, a function will destroy the window. Let's compile and see what happens. Let's build the cursor now. We're declaring a few constants. We're initializing two variables that contain the coordinates for our cursor. Let's build the process input edit mode function. We put the information of the relative coordinates of the mouse into our variables. Now we build the draw everything function that will draw the rectangle that represents our cursor. Let's compile. I made a mistake. For some reason this has to be a variable. We are setting up the infrastructure to handle the graphic display of characters, symbols and numbers. This is also the read-only memory data for our menu. we will hand over these pointers to our functions. They point to our ROM and its content like X and Y coordinates of single characters or what character or string they should hand over. We hand over our pointers now to the first function. We're going to create the text processing unit function now. Before we continue, we need to initialize a ROM that contains bitmaps of our characters and symbols, which are stored as decimal numbers and that we are going to convert to bitmaps in the text processing unit. Because numbers like 45 or 32 or 35 aren't stored in a subsequent order like the ASCII values of letters or numbers, we have to create an exception handling for them. I'm adding way more green text after the video. We're approaching the decimal binary converting part now. Every bit with a value 1 gets rendered immediately to the screen. If no bit is set, no pixel is drawn to the screen and the coordinates of the next point are shifted rightwards. The multiplication number gets divided by 2 for the next lower valued binary number. When we're finished drawing the first 6 bits, we jump to the next line. This process repeats 5 times and our 30-bit number is drawn to the screen. Now we order the draw everything function to call the text processing unit for rendering our menu. After trying to compile, I made a tiny mistake. And here what it looks like now.